class. Welcome to Module 7. We're just about halfway through this course, and so we've really been making some good progress here. It's hard to believe, but you've learned a lot of things. Last week we were on, or kind of finishing up this week, the reflection of feeling, and a couple of you have asked some really good questions in your videos and in answering your questions to me that I thought maybe I'd make this just a little mini lecture on reflection of feeling and answer some of those questions. One of the things that had come up, and Gail had actually asked this in her response to Barbara, which is the video response for this week, was what happens when clients, won't explain or go further in their feelings, and when you've said the feeling to them, they kind of get annoyed and say, well, yeah, that's what I just said. So really the reflection of feeling skill, and also like the paraphrase skill in a way, you're not just parroting back to the person what they said. The reflection of feeling skill really works on two levels, and our book doesn't do the greatest of job describing this, but you can work on the stated level, which is exactly what they state. So I feel angry. You can say you feel angry because or when this happens. And so it's important to get that context in there. So that is one thing that helps the client understand those feelings, is putting the context to it. Most of the time people just say, I feel a certain way, and don't really get to connecting what is happening that would cause them to feel that way. So the context is important. The other thing, if you work on the implied level, using your good observation skills that we learned the week before, then you are actually bringing something new into their awareness. And so, in other words, if somebody is talking about a situation, and it's a situation where would cause some joy, some happiness, maybe like a birthday or a celebration, and they really don't say, I was happy or I felt away. You can work on the implied level and say, you really felt excited when your daughter came to see you for your birthday because she doesn't come home very often and you miss her a lot. So that is on the implied. They're not saying it, but you're kind of connecting the dots and working with them on understanding their feelings from an implied level. That comes from being a good observer, and also listening carefully to kind of the scenario and what their story they're telling you. The other thing you can do with reflection of feeling is increase the intensity of the feeling or decrease it. So if somebody's talking about being upset, let's say at a spouse, and so they're upset that the spouse didn't get the gas in the car like they said they were going to, right? And this is a long line of things that they've let them down on. So the person says, well, I'm upset that they didn't really do that, but you see that they're really, it goes beyond upset. They are frustrated, they're discouraged, they're angry, maybe they're enraged at this person. So you see how you can build that level of intensity to help them understand their feelings. Or you can bring it down. So if they are overreacting and saying, I'm really, enraged that they didn't fill up the gas tank, you can say it's upsetting to you when your spouse doesn't follow through on promises he makes. That helps them kind of maybe put it in a better context. So those are a little, I guess, of the ways, the secrets where you can use this reflection of feeling skill to help the person you're talking with clarify more fully kind of what's going on. So thank you for those questions. I really do appreciate that, and it gives me a chance then to further your learning in this class. So keep them coming. So as I got to thinking about this too, as we go into the summary skill, there is a little maybe trick or tip for you to use the summary skill that's probably not in your textbook, but it is in that packet of materials that I gave you, which you may or may not look at. That's totally up to you guys. But in there is a sheet about the summary skill, and it gives you a nice format on how to do a summary. And so you'll be doing a summary for a client, a video response for Lillian. And a good way to do a summary is you're pulling all the parts together that the client or the student has told you about and putting them into basically like a short sentence or a short paragraph so they can get clear on what their issue is. So the structure is like this. So your main concern is, fill in the blank. You think whenever they're thinking about it. You feel whatever you've picked up on how they're feeling about it. And you've been doing whatever they've been doing about it, which has had this outcome. So what is kind of the culmination of it? So the structure for the summary, which is kind of helpful, is so your main concern or main issue is you think, you feel, and you have been doing, which has led to this outcome or this result. And so that will really help you when you're trying to think of a summary to just kind of fill in those blanks as you're listening to somebody. What do I know about what they're thinking about it, what they're feeling about it, what they've been doing about it, and what kind of result has that led to? So that is my short little, I guess, micro lecture today on reflection of feeling and the summary skill, which we have coming up. You guys are doing a great job with these videos. I do appreciate kind of how awkward it is, but you're really kind of, I think, getting the hang of it. And I can see how you would be talking to somebody and using these skills in your job, which is kind of what we're wanting to do with this class. So take care. If you have any other questions, shoot them to me online, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.